Have you ever wondered why someone who only tries to be kind and supportive ends up being disliked, talked about, or even hated? It doesn't make sense at first. You give your best. You sacrifice. You show compassion that others don't. And yet, somehow, that same compassion becomes the very reason people push you away, criticize you, or even resent you. This is one of the deepest, most painful experiences for empaths. And today, we're going to explore the hidden reasons behind it. Not just surface explanations, but the real psychological and emotional dynamics that cause people to turn against the very ones who try to help them. So let's dive in. One of the first reasons empaths are often hated is because they act as mirrors. When you show kindness, authenticity, and genuine care, it forces people to see themselves more clearly. And not everyone likes what they see. Imagine someone who has spent years ignoring their own pain, hiding behind anger, pride, or control. When they're around an empath, that wall starts to crack. They feel exposed, vulnerable, and even ashamed. Instead of leaning into that discomfort and growing from it, many people lash out. They project their self-hatred onto you because it's easier to blame you than to face their own reflection. So when an empath is hated, it's often not about who they are, but about what they awaken in others. Empaths live with a raw, unfiltered awareness of emotions, their own and everyone else's. They can't always hide it. And that kind of authenticity makes people uncomfortable. In a world where many wear masks, where pretending is normal, the empath feels like a spotlight that exposes what others are trying to hide. Your very presence can feel threatening to someone who is living dishonestly or suppressing their emotions. And so, instead of admiring your honesty, they resent it. Instead of valuing your openness, they push you away. Because the truth is, authenticity is magnetic to some, but unbearable to others. Another reason empaths are hated is envy. Not because you're flashy or competitive or trying to outshine anyone, but because you naturally possess qualities many people wish they had. Your ability to connect deeply, your compassion, your intuition, your quiet strength. These qualities can stir jealousy in others who feel numb, disconnected, or hardened by life. Instead of asking themselves, "What can I learn from this person?" their wounded ego says, "I can't stand this person," and that jealousy quickly turns into dislike or even hatred. There's another layer that's often overlooked. Empaths are not just compassionate, they also feel deeply. They cry when others stay silent. They speak up when others shrug things off. They see layers of emotion that most people miss. But to those who don't understand, this sensitivity is often judged as weakness or even manipulation. You might be accused of being too emotional, too dramatic, or too soft, and when your boundaries finally show up, when you finally say no, those same people who depended on your endless giving suddenly hate you for changing the rules. In truth, what they're reacting to is not weakness, but depth. They can't handle it, so they label it as something negative. One of the cruelest ironies empaths face is being hated by the very people they've helped. You pour out your time, your love, your patience, and instead of gratitude, you receive distance, gossip, or rejection. Why? Because sometimes receiving help forces people to face their own shortcomings. When you step in to support someone, they might feel exposed in their weakness. They might feel dependent. They might feel small next to your compassion. And instead of appreciating the gift, their pride twists it into resentment. This is why so many empaths are blindsided by betrayal. You didn't do anything wrong. You gave. But your giving made someone else feel inadequate, and that inadequacy turned into hate. And then, there's the scapegoat effect. In families, in friend groups, even in workplaces, the empath is often the one who absorbs the tension. People intuitively sense your capacity to carry emotional weight, and so they pile it on. When conflict arises, you become the easy target. When someone needs blame, it lands on you, because deep down, they know you won't retaliate the way others will. They know you'll forgive, or at least absorb it without exploding. But over time, this scapegoating creates resentment against you. Not because you did anything, but because you became the container for everyone else's unresolved emotions. So why are empaths hated? It's not because you're unworthy. It's not because you're weak. And it's certainly not because you've failed. It's because your light, your depth, and your compassion shine in a world that doesn't always know how to receive it. You reflect people's shadows. You awaken their insecurities. You expose their masks. And you love in a way that terrifies those who have never learned to love themselves. If this resonates with you, know this. Being hated for your kindness does not make your kindness a flaw. It makes it rare. And rare things are often misunderstood. So protect your peace. Set your boundaries. And remember, the hatred you receive is not a reflection of your worth, but of someone else's pain. Thank you for watching. If this video spoke to you, please take a moment to like it, subscribe for more content like this, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Your story might be the very encouragement another empath needs today.